All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to recreate the piece called Avatar by Kensuke Koike, which is the Japanese artist slash photographer slash photo manipulator that we've been talking about. So this is how I recreated it in Photoshop. I'm going to show you the original, actually, just so you can see the difference. This is it. There is the video that kind of shows how he went through it and his process, right? He started off by taking the print, which is right over here. Then he created a grid that he then put over the piece, and then he punched out each single square. Taking those small squares, he recreated a second version of the George Washington portrait from it. It's more like a pixelated, simplified version. Now, he did this all by hand. We're actually going to be doing it in Photoshop. So let's start. And again, this is the version in Photoshop. There's actually 54 layers of squares that were pulled out of there. I believe he had more than that, just simplified it a little bit. And this also gives you an idea of how to do this to your own image. So let's start. The first thing I want to do is go to File, Open. I'm going to open up the image that I downloaded from the assignment or from the description on this YouTube video. So I'm going to click Open, and here it is. Then I want to make sure that we're seeing this the same way. So if we go to Window, Workspace, and we want to do this in photography. So Window, Workspace, Photography. And then I'm going to go up to where it says View, and I'm going to click on New Guide Layout. Now, I already have this preset. I did it with 11 columns and 16 rows. And then the gutter, which is actually the shape, that's the little square that we're going to punch out, it's 30 pixels by 30 pixels. So once you have that, you hit OK. All right. And then I'm going to want to unlock this layer. If you look right here, this layer is locked. I'm going to double click on it. I'm also going to name it GW for George Washington. Hit OK. And now it's unlocked. So the second thing that I want to do, I want to create a little bit of a space right here so that I could put those small little pieces. So I'm going to go to Edit, actually Image, Canvas Size. And I'm going to click over here to anchor it on the left so that all my extra space is on the right. So I'm going to make this 2000, and that's 2000 pixels wide. Hit OK, and there it is. Now, you're going to be using two different tools. Oh, that's right. I went in here, I worked Workspace, Photography. The second thing I needed to do on the toolbar, I'm going to click here to make it 2 columns. It makes it easier for when I'm describing this, but we're going to use these tools. We're going to use the Move tool, the Rectangle Marquee tool, and just Command C to copy, Command V to paste. I'm going to show you the shortcuts as well. The Move tool, you can see, is the letter V. So when you hover over it, it says Move tool, then the letter V. That means if you click on the letter V, that's the shortcut to get to the Move tool. And then the Marquee tool is the letter M, right? You could use the letter M just to go to it, instead of going over to the toolbar, clicking something here, and then going back over there. All right, so let's start. I'm going to zoom in a lot. You can see it's a pretty detailed photo here. I'm actually going to start off in this section here. I'm going to start off with this row right over here, and I'm going to go all the way to this row, this row, this row, this row, and then this row. Let me see. Let me just make sure that's the row that I started with. Nope, one more over. So I'm actually going to start in this row right here. So I'm going to zoom in. Here you go. So again, I could click on the Marquee tool, or I could click the letter M. And then I'm going to click and drag, and make sure that you're on the GW layer, and then do Command C to copy, or Edit, Copy. Again, I just like to do Command C, it's quicker. Command C to copy, and I do Command V to paste. And actually I want to paste it over here. Command V to paste. And let's see the Move tool. I do not see it. Where did it go? Let me actually redo that over here. Command V. That's so weird. I do not see it. Oh, wow. It's still over there. Click and move this over. Right over here. It's gonna be a little bit smoother now. Let's see. All right. Let me undo this. Okay. I click on the rectangular marquee tool. I do Command X. I did Command C, that's why. Command X, it cuts it. Command V to paste it. And I can see it right here. And I move it over to this area. And you could just continue doing this over and over, right? You cut the first one, go to the next one. Again, you can click up here, click and drag. Command X, not Command C, right? Command X, click over here, Command V. You can see it, it's right down here. Click and drag. And this is the second part. You do have those guides, right? The guides will actually click it on there for you. It's set to snap to grid or snap to guides, right? So the guides, those purple looking thing or magenta looking things, they will actually snap it right in there. Again, the marquee tool, Command X. That's right, you have to be on the GW layer. Command X and Command V. There it is. Marquee tool. Now I'm just gonna ramp it up as far as speed. I'm not gonna do a time lapse because you do see what comes out at the end, and I'm just gonna show you like the first few. I'll show you the first layer, but make sure you're on the GW layer. The letter M for marquee. Click and drag. Command X. I'm gonna roll over here. After a while, you just start getting into a rhythm. Command V to paste it. The letter V as the move tool. And move this over here. Back to the GW layer, scroll over, M for marquee, click and drag, Command X, Command V, actually I'm going to do Command V over here, Command V, there it is, V for the move tool, there it is. I go back to the GW layer, scroll over here, this will be my last row, M for the marquee tool, click and drag, Command X, scroll over here, Command V, V for the move tool, and you do have to hit V after, oops, you do have to hit V after doing Command V, because Command V is paste, and V is for the actual move tool. Now you can see I did my first layer right here, and it's 6 across. Right? Now I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to start with number 7, which is down over here. M for the marquee tool, click and drag, Command X, come over here, Command V, V to move it, and this one starts the new row. And just continue on that, because at the end, it's going to come out just like this. Let me zoom in. I've cut those out, and I've put them right over here. The only difference with this one, I just wanted to show you with a background, is that I added a white background, but you don't have to do that. You do the first row, do the second row, third, fourth, and you just keep going after that. All right? Have fun. I hope this shows you something that you could apply in your own piece. Take care.